Welcome to my kitchen, where I will be preparing a delicious meal. I'm not only preparing that for myself, but I will be joined by fabulous guests where we'll be talking, eating, cooking. Oh my goodness. My name is Phathanani. I am your chef. Today I'm preparing something simple but delish, darling. I will be grilling my chicken and my potatoes. Please go with me. All my ingredients are here because you never know. You might need this for your family, your friends, your colleagues. You know, get together most. Okay, my chicken. I will be using my chicken spice, turmeric, and paprika. Okay. Teaspoon. Inside. I just can't wait for the people who will be eating this food because look what more time, man. My turmeric. Chicken spice. I hope you guys are watching. I hope you guys are enjoying me because I'm enjoying you and I'm enjoying to be in the kitchen. Then now I'm gonna use my garlic flakes. I'm gonna use my chutney. Not too much, it's up to you. And I'm gonna use a barbecue sauce. You can use any barbecue sauce. You can also use any chutney. Then I'm gonna put a bit of the olive oil as well. Then I'm gonna mix everything. Mix everything. It's like you are marinating this. And you know, I'm gonna put this in an oven. You can also fry this. You can, it's up to you. You can put it in the oven, grill it, fry. At the end, bumnandi uzobuzwa. Is ready. I'm gonna spice my potato as well so that I just put everything in an oven. Let me just wash my hands. Okay, now my potatoes, I'm gonna use olive oil as well. Use my lemon. Oregano. And then I've got stock here, 1 cup of stock. Then I'm just gonna mix them. Ready to go to the oven. Okay, now I'm gonna take these things to the oven, then call my guest while this thing is busy there, it's only 35 minutes. Then we'll be able to chow chow. Okay, let me clean up here so that when they come in, everything is clean. Guys, you can come in now.
Yeah, it smells very nice though.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, Mr. Mbatha.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, how are you guys?
We're good.
Very good, very
Okay, okay,
Especially on
okay.
COVID-19, eh?
Okay, guys, welcome to our kitchen. Right now, it's not my kitchen, it's our kitchen. Which means we will be talking, we will be okay, feel at home. Anyway, before we go further, can you please introduce yourself? Who are you? Where are you from? What are you busy with? What makes you special? The next guest will do the same. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Inasiku. I'm originally from SUSCRIBE. I'm running my own business right now. I'm a sales manager.
Okay, I've got business people.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. And you?
Well, I'm September, originally from PE. I've been in Joburg for a very long time now. And I'm a medical aid consultant.
Okay, sales manager, medical aid consultant. Okay, I'm just a chef, Phathanani, and yeah. So guys, we're gonna have fun. I'm gonna offer you something to drink. Then I'm gonna give you guys a fish bowl. A fish bowl, that's where you're gonna choose a topic, and that topic will be running, will be driving the show.
Okay.
But we are all talking. We are all talking. I don't want people who will be just like listening to. Can we just talk? Can we just be okay?
Yeah,
How's that?
yeah,
Okay.
fine.
Before I give you something to drink, let me just take the topic. So who's gonna pick the topic between you two?
I'll pick it, you read it. How's that?
I love that. Okay.
Okay.
Where else? Okay. Let's go.
Psychological trauma during COVID-19 pandemic. Wow.
Interesting. Here are the glasses and the juice. This is interesting. Here's the topic, guys. Psychological trauma during COVID-19 pandemic. You all aware what we're going through as a country and the whole world. So I'm sure there are a lot of things that are happening. So right now, the topic is here. Can we discuss this? Can we talk about this?
Most definitely.
Okay, I'm listening. Let me pour you some juice so that you guys can explain.
So I think that whenever it comes to this whole COVID-19 pandemic, number one, when it came into being, we all thought in South Africa, no, it was for white people and all of that and etc. But as time went by, we started seeing other people actually contracting it because we weren't really believing that it is something that's out there. But I believe that once it starts hitting you, then you start having another perception about everything.
And you know, I agree with you because even myself, when I heard about this, I never think that we will experience such things as well in the country. And then that time was rumors, which there are cases. I was like, no, not us. Most people who will have a problem with this are those rich people who travel, are those white people. I was not thinking that it's even myself or anyone can find themselves having this disease called corona. It's corona, right?
Yes. To me, it was so very scary at first because I had to go back look to people who are living with chronic diseases.
Okay.
They are the ones to be affected most.
Okay.
So when I made a research about it, for me it was like, oh, people with chronic disease, they are the ones who are gonna die. For me, I just saw death. So it was just something else that I couldn't just adjust.
Okay, so it was like chronic people, but now it's not only, it's hitting everyone.
It's hitting everyone. I'm gonna be honest to you. I've actually been infected also.
Okay.
This was probably about 3 weeks back.
Okay.
So then, the very first time that someone in the office was actually confirmed, which was a month back,
Okay.
I was shocked as anything. I went home, I started having anxiety attacks, started just being not me inside the house. So, and when I basically got it, it was on one Saturday where I felt like feverish and all of that. I was like, most probably it's just flu. And then 3 days later, I wake up in the morning and I'm sitting in my toilet and literally I can't breathe.
Oh my goodness.
And it was the most traumatic experience ever. The only words that were coming out of my mouth at that point in time, you know, when you turn to Jesus.
So Sinatemba, wait, you couldn't breathe.
I couldn't breathe.
So you didn't know that you had a disease.
I did not know.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you get to your house, you were in the toilet, and then now you couldn't breathe.
Yeah, this was like 3 days later.
3 days later.
Yeah.
But can I ask something? At your workplace, was anyone that was confirmed to be positive?
There's so many cases that we've had inside my office. I'm going to be honest to you.
So, the management, what they were doing about that, because I believe that right now there are regulations, there are rules that we need to follow when it comes to COVID-19, because it's a disease that kills. So now, when you said there were many cases in your office, the management in your office, talk to me, let me check your food.
Okay, so what basically happens is this: the normal process is that they do a I'll put it into engineering terms.
This is interesting. Let me take the food, put it here, so that while we are talking, we are eating.
Yeah.
But carry on while I'm
Okay.
taking the food.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I want to know more. Do you understand the most? Let's go there.
So there's something that they call fault finding, which basically some people don't understand what you would call like a fishbone and all of that. So then you go through things of trying to find that this person was in contact with whom, where did they touch and all of that. So in the past confirmed cases, I would say that the people that were confirmed inside my office, I wasn't really into contact with them.
Yeah.
It was one of those things, yes, they were on my floor, some were inside my department, but then it was people that I wasn't speaking to. But now I was so shocked to actually have the symptoms, but I've been going according to the book. So then it doesn't really matter if you go according to the book or not. Because at the end of the day, you can easily actually get it. Maybe I was at the mall and I maybe touched my mask or anything like that.
Okay.
Because I can't really go and really trace where exactly did I get it. But then I would most probably sense that I would most probably have gotten it from the office, because there are so many cases that have been confirmed from there.
Okay, fine. Sinatemba. Yes.
Basically, what you're saying is that we must be more extra careful by sanitizing, doing all the protocols
I would
of
say.
COVID-19, because you don't know where you're getting it.
I would say, because it's more kind of like a thing that even if I step out of my house now,
Yeah.
as soon as I get inside the car, I sanitize.
Okay.
As soon as I come back, either from the mall or anything, and I get into the car, I sanitize. As soon as I come into my own house, I've actually got a sanitizer that's sitting by the door.
So this is a living disease.
Yes.
This is a living disease. Like you'll never know where you can get this disease. But now I want to understand something. When Sinatemba, at your workplace, after they find cases, do they close the office or what they would do?
So what basically happens is that you guys would get to the office. Obviously, the person would have either confirmed in the morning or anything like that, because the results obviously come the next day or whatever.
Yeah.
But then in my case, because I was admitted to hospital, I got my results there and then.
Okay.
So then what basically happens, the person would then report and say that, listen, this is what's currently happened. Remember that this person has already been in the office most probably for the past 5 days.
Yeah,
6
yeah,
days,
yeah.
and they've already had it, and they've already gotten it from wherever. And now they've been touching wherever and etc. And you've already touched wherever that they have touched.
Sinetemba now is when Hemina, his food. You can dish.
Looks
I
delicious,
want.
though.
Thank you. It's simple. You see, it's simple, but it's beautiful. I want to ask the trauma that you went through, because remember, Kuti, tomorrow might be me or her or whoever. So just to learn people. Tell people, because some people, they still don't believe that corona exists. Some people, they still think that no, the government is trying to rule us, or the government is this. Corona is there because people are dying. And the nice thing, I'm talking to you, and you've like the trauma. Let me just dish while you are the trauma.
So, this is what I can say basically. When I was sitting in that toilet, I'm gonna be really honest. I'm gonna start eating the.
This looks delicious.
So then, as I was sitting inside that toilet, the only thing that came through my mind was, do you know when you turn to Jesus and at that point?
Hallelujah! In the name of God, which I believe that God is punishing us.
Yeah.
Carry on.
But I turned inside that toilet. I was like, those were my words. If my name is currently written,
Please.
and that's basically it. And the very first person that I contacted was my sister. I was like, I'm currently sick. I don't know what's currently happening. I can't breathe. She didn't really take it into consideration. After like 30 minutes, she called and said, what's currently happening? And then she could hear me. Like I was struggling. And then she said to me that, just go to the doctor. I was like, no, my doctor's currently opening at 9. She was like, no, can you please go to the doctor? And I'm like thinking, I'm sitting there, who's going to drive me to a doctor? Who's
The states
going
that
to
you are in.
everything. Yeah. And now, remember that with my partner not being at home, so then I need to basically drive myself. So I ended up driving myself to a hospital, which now, the hospital's about 2 streets away from my house. 2 most busiest streets within Joburg itself. And luckily, as I crossed the robots, going on the other side, on my first robots, I was hooting the whole time, like telling like everyone, but this is an emergency, like I need to cross over. Luckily, this guy comes from Norway. He just stops the cars the whole way up until I got into the hospital. And that's how bad it was. Like literally, I could not breathe. I could not do anything. I got out of a car. I don't know how they locked my car or anything, because they just took me into a wheelchair and they placed me into an oxygen. But the most traumatic experience that I can say is the most traumatic one is when you're inside that hospital and you see beds going down the corridor. And you can see that this person has currently been wrapped around or anything like that. And you just think towards yourself that, will I sleep and wake up in the morning? Or what will happen?
Can I ask, were you not afraid about the stigma? Because everyone is talking about COVID-19. Because the moment you say, I'm COVID-19 positive, we get scared of you. We don't even want to touch you. The distance, it's like, whoa, I get back to I mean, this person.
You're right.
It's true though.
You know, the moment you said to, I was positive. Oh my goodness, I was like. Because we need you guys to teach us, to tell us. You understand? But anyway, yeah, the stigma and everything.
The stigma. So it's very hard, I must say, because when I was afterwards infected. So basically, when I came out of hospital, I needed to go and fetch my own pills and all of that, because most of my support basically lives in Centurion and I live in Joburg. So then it's quite a distance for them to travel to just pick up my pills and just come back. So I was kind of like, I asked my doctor, is it okay for me to go out? She's like, okay, fine. If you've got your gloves on and you've got your mask, it's fine. But then as soon as you get into your car, throw those gloves away. And as soon as you get into your house, sanitize. So then that's what I've been doing. But now, remember that I can't just give someone my card and say that swipe with it, because already it comes from inside my bag. I can easily infect them. So then I need to tell them that, listen, can you please give me the swiping machine? I need to put in my card myself, but then can you please hold it yourself? Because I'm currently COVID-19. As soon as you say that, a person goes like, whoa.
Yeah.
You just said, I remember 13 years ago when I was found that I'm HIV positive, people treated me that way. Like I couldn't go anyway because people will have that stigma. I know how it feels. But
so you're talking about you 13 years ago when you accepted that you're HIV positive.
Yes.
People they were so ihlala kanjani when and again like
it's like first few months or first few years it's not easy for people to accept you. Still people they see that you are living testimony,
yeah, so
even COVID-19 it's gonna be like that for a very long time.
That's true.
But I want to understand something now, like to switch now. You just talked about the HIV one. Tell me, COVID-19, Corona and HIV, are you not finding it hard? Because I believe that you are taking medication.
Yes.
So are you not, and again, we had the lockdown. Hard lockdown. What was happening during that time? You guys collecting your medication and all those kind of things. I just want to understand. And then how are you finding it as someone who is positive?
It was very hard because I remember when COVID-19 started, I had to go pick up my medication at the clinic.
Okay.
But then I normally pick it up at clicks. When I got to the clinic, they were putting those distance things.
Social distance,
yes. And here am I. I have to go to that chronic people,
Yeah.
And then but Abari say like, everything was so scary in such a way. It reminded me back years or this is how we're gonna live, yes, and it's not easy.
Okay, this is tense and but thank you so much. You just shared your story. You shared your story. What I can say, let's support each other. Let's love one another. I said God is angry. God is showing us another side. Remember things that have been happening before COVID-19. So now God is showing us who He is, the Father, the man. Darlings, let me pick up the last question. We discuss it because how is that?
But then just to close it off, Annie, with the COVID-19, basically I just want to also just teach other people. Once a person has actually got it, they can't go and actually infect another person again. Once they've actually stayed within their own isolation and all of that. Because after the 14 days, and now it's been reduced to 10 days, a person cannot actually go and infect another person. But the person who was actually infected before can be reinfected by another person who does not know that they currently are positive.
I hope the food is delicious.
Oh my gosh.
It is his.
Oh, let's drink to that. Okay, I'm gonna read out this last topic.
Okay.
Then we're gonna discuss it. But thank you so much, guys, for coming here. Let me see.
It's our pleasure.
I'm enjoying the food. I wish that you could cook. Are
you getting married?
Not yet, but I will.
Okay, living in the new normal. Remember we spoke about the COVID-19. So right now, remember it's going back to what you said. 13 years back and then now there was HIV and then now there's COVID-19. And I believe that there are other diseases that are coming.
Yes.
Living in a new normal.
It's a very hard one because now remember that there's so many people who are losing jobs. There's so many people who are now being infected by all of this. But then it's nice in a way. I could say for myself, it's been the most nicest experience ever. Now I get to be working from home. I wake up at 8:30 and I log in at 9. And I just sit in front of a laptop, answer whatever that I need to answer. I can do like my homely chores without me spending time on weekends doing my homely chores. Because I was actually laughing yesterday. I was in a Zoom meeting. Meanwhile, I was actually cleaning my toilet. And I was like, okay, fine. I can hear you guys.
You just reminded graduate, I also have to go to school on Zoom, you know, and I'm in
Okay,
it.
on that point,
Eh?
I want to ask you guys something. Last year, okay, how do you feel about fourth industrial revolution? Our president last year, on his speech, he spoke about fourth industrial revolution.
Yeah.
Right now, you spoke about you being at home, Zoom meeting, you Zoom schooling. At the same time, don't you think that fourth industrial revolution is already kicking? Because now most of the things is technologically. Remember when when they start easing some regulations, they said we can order. Like Snabo Uber Eats, Sinabo Mr. Delivery, we can buy grocery. So don't you think that fourth industrial is already kicking? It's just that change is pay.
And that's where, but the most saddest part now is whenever it comes to the older generation, the generation that's before us and the generation that's like, because with them, they are not technologically savvy.
Yes.
So then, whenever it comes to them, it then becomes a problem. Because I would sit, for like example, if my mom wants to go to a bank, she calls me and says to me, "Can you please order me an Uber?" She doesn't have a phone that's technological so that she can order herself an Uber. She does not know how to use it though. So I have to be the one who says, "Okay, fine, I can do it." But now it becomes a kind of like not a very nice
But are we
concept
blaming
to them.
technology? Remember, Snetemba, we are the fourth generation, if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
you're not
We
wrong.
are the fourth
Yes.
generation.
Yes.
There was a generation before us. I believe that they have their norm of doing things.
Yes.
So right now, you can't say it becomes a problem because they have their moment. Right now is our moment. I think we just need to adapt.
Mr. Mbatha, I wanna add on something. Ne? It's very difficult because I've seen my partner. I had to help him do cash send instead what you know, because he didn't know those e-wallets moment. How do they work?
But guys, I think they need to go out and learn. They need because right now we can't dwell on the past. We can't dwell on, we need to move. We need to move. You understand? So
Yeah.
right now, if we're gonna say no, then guys, change is pay. But anyway, you know what I hate about this corona and these regulations? Guys, I'm senior. I'm a freelancer. So now I can't freelance because I'm scared. What if you are bringing corona in my house and then we've got curfew and all those kind of things? Guys, it's difficult, guys. Like honestly, I'm sorry. Maybe if you are married and again, guys, there are people who don't have families. There are people who don't have like kids, who don't have anyone. I think it's difficult for them.
It's very difficult. I must say that for like example, I can't even have that moment where I can be able to say that no, tomorrow morning I'm flying down to PE. So
You see?
yeah. So
Even myself, my family, like they're in KZN, but thank God because I've got my kids in the house and my dogs. Oh my goodness, yeah. So imagine if I didn't have those, what was gonna happen? So yes, it's a no. We need to do. But I think our government, they need to do something because guys, like it's bad. There was a story I was reading. There was I think it's a lady from the Cape side that she was on self-isolation and then she passed away because she was alone. She didn't have anyone. You understand? So I think they need to do something. Yes, I know they are self-quarantine and what. But anyway, it's life. And then so now we just need to know what technology is in.
Yes.
And it's sad because some people are losing jobs.
and it's so sad.
But I'm feeling sorry about people from rural area because those things, they don't even know them. You find a child who's 16, they don't even know how to use
But
wallet.
whom are we blaming?
Eish. Hey, that's a sad part to say that one.
That's the sad part.
Yeah.
Guys, you know what, man? This can go long and long and long and long and long. As long as we are safe and we know that the disease is there and we know that things are changing. We just need to equip ourselves, and we plead to our government to also assist those unprivileged people to get access and to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Let's do something that is building us as much as the norm is changing. Anyway, I saw you guys brought something for me.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Let's see.
Let me get off my chair.
We put you presents since
Okay.
we heard about
Welcome.
your foundation.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So we decided to help where we
Beautiful.
can.
Yeah.
Beautiful school shoes, darling. School shoes, darling. School shoes. Guys, thank you so much for taking your time, coming here to talk to me, spending time with me. I really appreciate that.
It's our pleasure.
Unfortunately, that time where I have to say goodbye to everyone. And guys, thank you so much for coming here. Remember, anyone can come in my kitchen where I will be cooking for them. And this show, the aim is to give back to unprivileged kids of Mothupa Foundation. So you just need to bring the school shoes, and then Nanawe will be okay. Goodbye.